From annihilating the 400-meter sprint in Rio to having the perfect balance of mind and body, there's no surprise female sprinters are really scared of Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson's breaking records without breaking a sweat. But before she became the talk of the town, she had to build up her profile. She started as a speedy 400-meter sprinter, snagging bronze at the Rio Olympics in 2016, and she didn't stop there. In those same competitions, she added more bling to her collection with silver, gold, and bronze in the 4x400-meter relays. Talk about a relay queen. She even snatched gold in the 4x100-meter relay at the 2019 World Championships, and that's when her competitors knew she was one to watch out for. In 2021, Jackson decided to switch things up and focus on shorter sprints. Under the watchful eye of her coach, Stephen Francis, she blazed through the Jamaica Olympic trials, with personal bests of 10.77 seconds in the 100-meter and 21.82 seconds in the 200-meter. Then came the delayed Tokyo Olympics, and boy did Jackson bring the heat. She snatched the bronze medal in the 100-meter with an even better career best time of 10.76 seconds. She was just a hair behind her fellow Jamaican sprint queen, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who clocked in at 10.74 seconds. It was a Jamaican sweep on the medal stand, with Elaine Thompson-Herah grabbing the gold in a blazing 10.61 seconds. Set on proving herself, she changed her stats the following year. Now let's fast forward to 2022. At the Jamaican trials, she owned the sprint double like a boss. She blazed through the 100-meter in 10.77 seconds and crushed the 200-meter in 21.55 seconds. Her time in the 200-meter even skyrocketed her to the third spot on the world all-time list. Then came the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, and Jackson was ready to bring home some shiny medals. She snatched the silver in the 100-meter with a personal best of 10.73 seconds, making her the joint 7th fastest woman of all time. But she didn't stop there. In the 200-meter, she was on fire, claiming gold in a championship and a national record time of 21.45 seconds. That made her the fastest woman alive and the 2nd fastest woman of all time in that event. And here's the cherry on top. With her gold in the 200-meter, Jackson became the first athlete in World Championship history to win medals in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter. Now that's what I call making history. But wait, there's more. Jackson took the anchor leg by storm in the 4x100-meter relay. She ran a mind-blowing split time of 9.72 seconds. But unfortunately, she couldn't catch up to the speedy American sprinter, Twanisha Terry. Despite that, she and her Jamaican teammates, Kemba Nelson, Elaine Thompson-Herah, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, snagged the silver medal in a season's best time of 41.18 seconds. That's the 6th fastest time ever recorded. At the Monaco Diamond League, Jackson lowered her personal best in the 100-meter to a blazing 10.71 seconds. She zoomed across that finish line, finishing 2nd right behind her fellow Jamaican speedster, Fraser-Pryce, who clocked in at 10.62 seconds. And just a smidge next to her was Marija Talot from the Ivory Coast, who set an African record of 10.72 seconds. It was a sprinting showdown. With that lightning-fast result, Jackson skyrocketed to become the 6th fastest woman overall and the 3rd fastest Jamaican woman of all time. And it looks like her winning streak continues. Jackson was a speed demon at the JAAA All-Comers 2023 series in Kingston on May 20th. After a recent setback in the 100-meter race against the fierce Sha'Carri Richardson, she bounced back with a vengeance in the women's 200-meter dash. Right from the get-go, Jackson was in the zone. She grabbed the lead and never looked back. With lightning-fast acceleration around the corner, she left her competition in the dust. And guess what? She crossed that finish line in style, securing the victory with an impressive time of 22.25 seconds. That's not just impressive, that's mind-blowing. Her time ranks as the 6th fastest recorded worldwide this season, and her speed supremacy continues. Shericka Jackson was on fire at the Rabat Diamond League meeting. She tore through the track in the women's 200 meters, leaving everyone in awe. Okay, so maybe her start wasn't the flashiest, but who needs a super fast start when you can turn on the jets in the second half of the race? Jackson showed exceptional speed and control as she zoomed past her competitors and claimed victory. And get this, that 21.9 22.98-second finish wasn't just her quickest of the campaign, it even surpassed her best of 22.25 seconds that she just secured at the JAAA All-Comers 2023 series. You'd think her success came from a background of passion for this sport, but her journey isn't your typical story of natural-born talent. Believe it or not, this self-proclaimed very slow runner as a child didn't start off as a podium conqueror. In fact, during her school sports days, she couldn't even sniff the top 3. She was turtle speed slow. It wasn't until her last year of secondary school that Jackson got serious about track and field. And you know who inspired her? Her dope coach. This coach had been encouraging her to run 400 meters all along, so Jackson was convinced. She paid close attention, started working her tail off, and guess what? She realized that she was actually pretty darn good at the 400 meters. Despite hating the training, she sucked it up and focused on the 4 because her coach wanted her to, and that's where she found her stride. Sometimes it's the ones who start slow and push through the training that end up surprising us all. But it seems her secret to success is reflecting on her losses. She spoke about how her biggest lesson came from her not-so-great experience in the 200 meters in Tokyo. In the opening round of the 200 race, Jackson didn't exactly attack the curve with any ambition or urgency. It was more like she was leisurely strolling through a park, and guess what? It didn't end well. Finishing 4th in her heat meant she missed out on advancing to the semifinals, and by a mere 4,000th of a second. But fast forward 354 days later, and Jackson was back with a vengeance at the World Athletics Championships. She ran that curve like there was no tomorrow and delivered the second fastest time in history. Jackson was over the moon and told reporters she'd sat down and focused on improving herself. She put the pedal to the metal and worked hard for a year, and now she's the fastest woman alive. Did you catch that? I said living, because one woman's name still sits comfortably over Shericka's. As much as we may all, she still falls second to the legendary Florence Griffith Joyner, also known as FloJo, who holds the title of the fastest woman in history. FloJo was more than just a runner. She lived a fast and dreamy life. She was a free spirit and a fashionista who captivated the world with her style and charisma. So influential was she that even the iconic Beyoncé paid her respects by donning a FloJo costume. Unfortunately, FloJo's story took a tragic turn. She passed away at the young age of 38, in her sleep after an epileptic attack. What's worse is that in a way she saw it coming. Adding to the mystery surrounding her life, they said it's better to burn out than fade away with the passage of time, and FloJo became a symbol of that sentiment, forever etched in our collective memory. But it looks like FloJo will hold the record for a while longer because Shericka's not in a rush. According to her, it's no fun setting a goal instead of obsessing over chasing them. She's focusing on the process and taking things step by step. With her coach, she's been working on her peace of mind. Looking back on the previous year, Jackson recalls that her impatience got the better of her, especially when it came to nailing the start of the race. She admits to feeling pressurized, and she had stopped eating food. The weight of winning had taken her into a dark corner. Then she had a life-changing conversation with her coach, leading to a change in mindset. This year, she plans on being chill and patient. Now she's actively advocating mental health and well-being and even seeking therapy. More so, she proudly said that she never shies away from asking for help. Her aim is to squash the taboo of sports players seeking therapy. That's the message she's preaching to everyone following her journey in 2023. And seeing how the year is turning out for her, it looks like picking herself first is letting her finish first too. So having the perfect balance of mind and body to annihilating the 400-meter sprinter in Rio, we now know why female sprinters are really scared of Shericka Jackson.